Hello there everyone, Coolnickyd here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm here with part 2 of Let's Play The Sims 4 Simvivor Hatha Talk Shore. We are waking up 3 a.m. with our two tribe captains, Julie, who is the tribe captain of the Iban tribe or the purple tribe, and Joe, who is the tribe captain of the red tribe or the Ista tribe. In the last episode, both Julie and Joe competed for the chance to get first pick in a schoolyard draft of the remaining Simvivors, 4 of which were drafted on to their two tribes, 2 on Julie's and 2 on Joe. And Michael was the one survivor that just did not pass the social test, and he was picked last in the schoolyard pick and therefore not picked at all. And so we have these 6 Simvivors remaining. Julie has Megan and TJ on her purple tribe, and Joe has Jess and Allison on his red tribe. And today we are going to resume normal Simvivor rules, and they're going to be competing for they're going to be competing for immunity with their tribe. But it is really early in the morning, and super coincidentally, Joe and Julie have both awoken. We saw a lot of different strategies in the last episode. Joe was kind of a silent observer of a captain, and he waited for people to approach him, and in the end chose some people who did, where Julie was really talking to everybody and completely weighing all of her options. So we really did see them, spark as 2 completely different captains, which was really interesting to see, because I love that this season for them too is all about redemption. They are 2 Sims that nearly made it to the finals in their original seasons, and I want to see how they can switch their fate and actually make it to the finals this season. They get no special perks as tribe captains. They are now just completely equal members of the game, and they can be voted out if their other tribe mates want to. So it is really all up to them. But we're gonna probably see a bunch of the other folks starting to wake up, and oh my goodness, why is everybody feeling so uncomfortable? Everything's like broke. Oh, stupid shop tab. Ooh, chaos rules. Joe seems to thrive on the shock and rage of others. Is it time to admit that he likes mischief? I'm not really someone that would say that Joe actually does like mischief, but if his sim is into it, I'm not going to stop him. It looks like he just had a playful conversation with TJ here, maybe, and whatever it was, TJ definitely did not like it. I feel like Joe's got to watch his back for TJ. Not that he has much to worry about right now because they're not on the same tribe, but you can't be joking around with people on... Yeah, he did not like the prank. You cannot be joking around with people on Simvivor like that. You really have to be careful with every word and every move you make, because we have seen in the past that Simvivors will get so turned off even by one singular interaction. Seems like there's a conversation happening over here in the bathroom between Joe and Julie, and Megan is not liking Joe. Megan has been very outspoken in these early episodes. Like, literally, she has just been speaking her mind. She's talking to Joe, she's talking to Julie. She's literally has had several thought bubbles that she doesn't like other people. She is easily, in my opinion, playing the hardest game thus far, and I kind of said it in the last episode, but you have to be careful when you're playing a hard game because you don't want people to think of you as a target super early on. So TJ and Joe are about to have another playful conversation. I think it's really interesting that they're talking to each other and not with the people on their current tribes. We've also seen in the past that sometimes when Simvivors talk to people on the other tribes, it benefits them for later on in the game, but not so much currently in the game. It's also nice that Julie and Joe have been sticking together. Doesn't really help them for right now, but in the future when they merge, it'll definitely help them, especially as the tribe captains. I feel like it would be nice if they would stick together. I think it'd be smart if they'd stick together. They definitely have a target on their back, knowing that they're the only 2 that are, joining the game with prior experience, so I think it would be smart for them to stick together. Oh, looks like Megan is heading over to bestie Julie. We saw Megan and Julie have several conversations in the first episode. Again, Megan was playing it really, really hard, and we saw that Megan and even Allison were really like approaching Julie at the prospect of joining their tribe, and I don't think that Julie necessarily liked that. I think that Julie saw that Megan was playing really hard, and although she did end up picking Megan in the end because they were the closest, I just don't think she liked the idea of Megan and somebody else. Like, I think that Julie was like, listen, I like that you're playing hard, but I want you to be my ally. Like, I don't want you to be playing hard for you and somebody else. I want you to be playing hard for you and me. And so I do think it was really smart for Julie to pick Megan to be on their tribe, and I think that they'll work well together. We'll just have to see how they, compete in challenges and stuff, but I think that they really will work well. Ooh, okay, TJ and Jess are about to go talk. Another duo that is cross tribal lines. They are not on the same tribe. TJ is on Julie's purple tribe and Jess is on Joe's red tribe, but it seems like they're going to talk. There's been a lot of blurring of the tribal lines in this game, and maybe it is because of how much they each established a friendship with each other before the captains came into play. Maybe the five of them, and now the four, really decided to oh sassy TJ. Oh, they're joking. I got worried for a second. I was like, oh my god, what's happening? Oh, and Joe's here like, what's happening? Definitely seemed like there was a conversation interrupted. I'm not thinking that TJ likes Joe very much. I feel like those pranks really did not sit well with TJ, because Joe literally walked into their conversation and TJ is definitely not happy. But definitely a lot of blurring of the tribal lines, which is really interesting to see, because it'll be really cool when they do merge. And now Megan is going to be talking to Joe. Megan's going to talk to Allison. Another duo that are not on the same tribe. This is crazy. Allison is definitely like, I feel like she's just walking around camp with a smile on her face. I'm not seeing too much like interactive gameplay from Allison right now. She's like singing campfire songs, cleaning up around the camp, just having a good time. And honestly, if that's what she wants to be doing, then that's that could be a strategy. That could easily be a strategy. And so I'll respect it if that's what she wants to be doing. Megan and Allison are like really close in real life, so it's really sweet to see them really close in the game as well. I would totally imagine that no matter what tribe they were on in real life, they would still maintain a really close friendship in the game. So I'm curious to see if Allison's bubbly personality will continue with that, no matter, who she's talking to. Oh, and it looks like we have are we seeing this evil laugh? What the heck? Yeah, there's beef. There is quite literally beef with TJ and Joe. I do not know what. TJ is just feeling very, very tense. There is literal taunting happening. Joe went from being like super silent to just being a literal menace around camp, which is shocking and very unlike Joe's character, but he's just playing wild. And there seems to be a nice little group combo happening, which is always nice to see. I love seeing when a group combo. Welcome to the very first challenge taking place here on Hatatak Shore with our official tribes. It is called The Bird's Nest. Here we have some more bird imagery and motifs for you. I have created a little bird nest up here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to send all 6 of our Sims up into this little cramped bird nest, and the last one standing wins immunity for their entire tribe. Now, there are quite a few things they can do up here. There are these 2 little birdhouses, which they can look at. There's an entire scarecrow they can talk to. There's seating, there's a TV, there's a future cube, and there's a bed, and there's a cooler. So in theory, they can spend all day up there. But who actually will spend all day up there is the next question. And the answer to that question will also give us the answer to who wins immunity for their tribe. So I'm going to send each and every one of them. Oh, Joe is like literally I can't. What is... TJ is just eternally, like, bothered by Joe. This is so strange. There's like a taunting tactic happening. I have no clue what is up with that situation, but we'll see if they taunt them at the top of the bird's nest. So we are going to go here. I'm going to send everybody here. All right. Everybody is on the bird's nest. I am now going to give them full autonomy, and the last person standing wins immunity for their tribe. So survivors, ready, go. Let's see what they decide to do. Okay, looks like... Oh. Looks like they're just going to chat, which is totally fine. They are absolutely allowed to chat. They're allowed to strategize. They can build relationships. This is maybe a great way to build some extra relationships. There's lots of things they can keep themselves occupied with. Almost everyone has a seat. I also did that intentionally. I made sure there were seats for everyone except one person. There are several different conversations happening here. Looks like Megan and Jess are talking. It looks like Julie and Allison are talking. And, oh, I guess pretty much everybody's in the conversation. And again, their needs were not satisfied. Whoever is hungry, has to go to the bathroom, may leave the bird's nest. It is up to them. TJ has started watching TV. That'll definitely help his sim in order to stay in as long as possible. Wow, they are all really building some friendships. But Megan has been up and just talking the entire time. Okay, you guys know you can leave, right? You guys can definitely leave the bird's nest. Nobody is forced to stay inside the bird's nest. Okay, I am actually floored as to how well everybody is doing here on the bird's nest. So I have placed some temptations at the bottom of the nest. We have a proper toilet. We have the guitar from upstairs, and we also have a bookshelf. So again, if anybody decides to come down and use any of those things, they are out of the challenge. But let's see how these new things will affect... Oh, and Joe... Oh, Jess gonna be the first one to head down. Julie is the first one to head down to use the bathroom. Jess has just peed herself, and now she has reinvigorated new life into her. Okay, so Julie, because you're headed down. Oh my gosh. And now Megan is headed down. Megan is headed down, and she is gonna go home. Okay, so TJ is the last person standing from his tribe. If TJ heads down, Jess is cleaning up her own pee. We appreciate that. Joe is heading down. Is he heading down officially? Joe is officially heading down, so he's out of the challenge. He's doing the pee-pee dance. Is he gonna hold it, or is he gonna head down? Looks like he's gonna hold it for a little bit longer. And he will be the next one out. Oh goodness. TJ is now about to lose it for the purple tribe. It is not over until he touches the ground. But guys, it is looking like Julie's purple tribe, Ebon, will be headed to tribal council. Even though Jess is quick to follow, we still have Allison at the very top. The temptation of the toilet was just too much. Congratulations to not only Allison. Oh my God. Congratulations to not only Allison, but the entire Ista tribe and Joe for winning the first the first tribal immunity challenge. You are safe from the vote tonight at tribal. Ebon, on the other hand, Julie, Megan, and TJ will be headed to tribal council. So we'll have to see how that plays out in just a little bit. But what a challenge. It took some temptation to get them down, which is crazy. They lasted a long time. How long were they up there for? They were literally up there for almost 6 hours. That is insane. Let's send everyone home and get them rested before tribal council. What a challenge that was. I cannot believe that they all lasted that long. We're going to give the tribes a little bit longer to chit chat, but at the end of the day, somebody from this purple tribe is going home. It is either going to be TJ, Julie, or Megan. They have all been pretty solid characters in terms of the show so far, so I am really interested to see which way they go, especially because they have all been talking cross-tribal lines. So I don't really know where they stand with each other. We know that Julie in the first episode saw Megan as a threat, but ultimately ended up picking her. Julie and TJ had a brief conversation in the pool, and I really have never seen TJ and Megan interact, so I have no clue where this is going to go, and it definitely is not helping that they are about to go to bed. So it is the next morning, and TJ and Allison have taken it upon themselves to eat some breakfast. We've also really seen their relationship this season, and we've seen just Allison be super friendly with everybody, but in this week, this relationship is not going to matter because the only relationships that matter for TJ are the two that he's made with the other girls in his tribes. Also, I have a whole hot tub back here and nobody's used it. I wonder if it's accessible or not because, if there was a hot tub, usually the Sims would be living for it, but nobody's actually hopped in there yet. So we will give everybody until maybe around noon and then I'll get started with tribal, but also I am not a big fan of actually doing tribal at noon because then it just messes up my schedule with that recording with them. Oh, but it looks like everybody's up. So it looks like Julie and Megan are up. Oh my goodness, Megan, I forgot to change her out of this outfit. This is so scandalous for Simvivor. Oh, she has 2 sleep outfits. You sneaky girl. Put it on. Yeah, get out of those things. Well, she's feeling sad. She's feeling seeing someone Megan cherishes is suffering. Seeing that someone Megan cherishes is suffering makes her sad. Who's suffering? TJ is, again, chatting with everybody except the people that he doesn't need to be chatting. Maybe he knows his time is up. I don't really know. But he really needs to be chatting with Julie or something because I really do fear that Julie and Megan's relationship with each other is going to be enough to seal his deal, but I'm not sure. You never know. Very nice of him to be cleaning up literally the entire camp. Thank you, TJ. That is very nice of you. I do appreciate that a lot. All right, welcome to Tribal Council. This is our first official real Tribal Council where someone is actually going to be voted off. We have the Ebon tribe here. Julie's first choice tribe picks of Megan and TJ landed her in the first week of the actual tribes at Tribal Council. So let's recap the week. Julie, you spent a lot of time actually talking with Joe this week. How did the advice maybe Joe gave you affect your decision tonight at Tribal? Did you decide to stick with one of your day ones in Megan, or is she just too much of a threat to keep around? Or are you the threat? Dun dun dun. Okay. Megan, we saw you also talking cross-tribal lines a lot today with Joe, a lot today with Allison. What advice did they give you about the 2 members of your tribe? Is TJ someone you'd like to stick around, or are you still buttering it up with Julie? And then TJ, we saw you get really nagged this week by Joe. Did that nagging get to you? Did you crack under pressure? What is going on inside your head? All right, so the first vote goes to TJ. Second vote goes to Julie. And the third vote goes to the second person voted out of Simvivor Hot to Talk Shore, TJ. Yes, TJ. Unfortunately, these girls just had too strong of a bond to stick to to vote each other out. They really were, friends from the first second of the game. I know there were a lot of conversations that were had up in that bird's nest, but you just couldn't pull it through. Granted, the girls couldn't pull it through either, but you just couldn't pull it through for your tribe, and therefore you have been sent home. We saw you get really taunted this week by Joe, and I'm assuming that pressure just really made you crack. I'm sorry that you had to go out on such a tough week. You really were just like so tense around camp. I felt bad for this sim, but it was a pleasure having you and your mustache here at Hot the Talk Shore. But for now, the Iban tribe is down to 2. So how will that affect the game? We will just have to find out in the next episode. But for now, unfortunately, we will be saying goodbye to TJ. And I'll be saying goodbye to all of you. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please like. It's a big help. And I will see you guys all again next time for another crazy episode, another crazy challenge. Goodbye. Woo!